Hi guys, Christian from Carrott. Today we're talking about how to audit your bank account. And before we get into this video, I just need to apologise for the sound if it's bad quality. I'm actually on a business trip right now in Singapore. I'm actually staying in the wonderful Mercure Hotel. So if there's any issues with the sound, I apologise in advance. Without further ado though, let's talk about auditing your bank account. So the first step in auditing your bank account is to make sure you have a regular time slot. And having a regular time slot will allow you to pick up anomalies in your bank statement. So for whether you're doing it monthly, quarterly, or yearly, these things can be picked up a lot easier because you're aware of how your normal banking cycles happen. So you're able to detect those. Once you have a regular time slot, the next best thing is to check the fees on those bank statements. And that's the first key process in that. So checking the fees. We're checking for the account keeping fees, we're keeping statement fees, the minimum balance fees, the overdraw fees. And if you're being charged for these fees, make sure you're talking to your bank and see if you can minimize them. It's really the first step in saving money in this process, because a lot of banks these days allow a no fee or a low fee options, and that may be something you need to investigate. It also could be for technical errors. The third one we're going to do is checking the interest rates on your account. So whether it's a savings product or whether it's an overdraft product, when you're looking at your bank account, check that you're getting, for a savings product, the maximum rate, so a honeymoon rate. And if you're not, talk to your bank about that. I mean, oftentimes they'll be able to extend that interest rate to the honeymoon rate for a short period of time, for 3 to 6 months, for example. And with an overdraft facility, see if you can minimize the rate at all, or see if you can change to a different overdraft product, or even reduce that to see if you can reduce down that rate. So that's the third option that looking at when you're auditing your bank account, is to look at the interest rate there. And for the fourth option, consolidating your debts. Now this may not apply to everyone, and everyone's circumstances is different, but consolidating your debts, if you have them, may be a area you want to look into, and it can be very good in the long run to minimizing your debts, but again, it depends on your individual situation. And the fifth option there we have is checking your automated payments. Now this one, I'm going to make another dedicated future video on this, because I think there's ways to make money in itself on this one. But essentially checking out your automated payments to make sure there's no debits or credits that you haven't authorized or done by accident, or seeing if there's things that should have been debited and credited. So you may have a miscorrelation with your bank balance. Additionally to that, have a look at your credit products. For example, if you have a credit card or debit card facility where they have an overdraw, see if you can have an auto payment facility set up on those accounts so that you can have that set up. So what do we do with all this information? So we've gone through the 4 steps. We've had a look for the fees. We've had a look to see the interest rate. We had a look at consolidating. We checked the automated payments. So what do we do with all this information now? Well, the thing we do with all this information is to check if we're getting the best deal. Are we getting a bang for our buck? And if we're not, do we want to consider switching? Now, at the end of the day, that's ultimately up to you. You feel like you're getting enough, or you feel like there's a better option out there. But what I will say is this: if you are considering switching, I have a conversation with your bank first. Tell them, be honest with them, and tell them you're thinking about switching, and see if they can offer you something better. See if there's products that may no longer be suited to you that they can switch you to that better suit your needs now. And that's a really good way to have that conversation. The conversation, may not be successful, and then may have to switch, but you just need to have the conversation. Just ask the question. Guys, we really hope you enjoy this video. If you like it, give us a thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe.